Good morning, everybody. Welcome to the Splash Zone, where I give out my favorite NBA player props of the day. As for today, I have four you guys to lock in, four players who I think are going to get us wet and splash around. Before we can get into today's picks, I do need to do a recap from our last day. I did give out picks yesterday for NFL Sunday, but Saturday I gave out four. We got two of those four to cash, slight profit up 0.35 units. That brings our total profit season to date to be up 8.8 units, above 8% ROI as well. 8% ROI is great. Hopefully we can up those numbers today with these four picks. If you're not already, make sure to subscribe to my YouTube channel and let's get into it. So play number one, this is going to be in the Celtics versus Pacers game. We're taking Derek White over 24.5 points, rebounds, assists, plus 106 odds at FanDuel. So his main line for this stat is 23.5. I just decided to pump it up literally one more number to get it to plus money odds. This is something that I felt comfortable doing because both of the stat projections that I trust have him going over this number. So I thought we were good to go there. So I thought it made sense just to get a little bit better odds. And Derek White, to talk about the matchup and the play here, he's an awesome player for the Celtics. It pains me how easily the Celtics got him with how little they gave up because he's such a good player. He doesn't get the same fanfare that a Jason Tatum or a Jaylen Brown gets, but he's just a really good player that consistently makes the right plays, who's been playing well this year for the Celtics. Looking at his most recent games sample size, he's hit over 24.5 PRA in 3 of his past 4 games. And in 2 of those games, he actually had over 30. So the ceiling is there as well. The one game he missed in his past 4 games, he had exactly 24. So hovering right around this number. I also like it because 3 of the games that I mentioned, his past 3 games, have been without Kristaps Porzingis. And overall, he's played 4 games without Kristaps Porzingis. And again, KP is going to be out tonight. And in those 4 games, similar stat, White has gone over this in 3 of 4 games. Obviously, the last 3 being overlapped to the stat before. And then the first game that Derek White played without Porzingis, he had over 30. So in the 4 games that Porzingis has missed, 3 of the times Derek White has gone over 30 points, rebounds, assists, and 1 time he had exactly 24. So that bodes pretty well for us tonight. Also, you got to look at the matchup against the Pacers. Their defense is a train wreck. They play at the fastest pace. They play at a track meet. Literally, the Pacers play at the fastest pace in the NBA, and they don't really bother to play much defense. So in general, it's a great game to target for just stat accumulation overall. I decided on Derek White, 24.5 points, rebounds, assists as our first play. Next up, same game, Celtics Pacers. We're taking Jason Tatum, 35 plus points, plus 170 odds at FanDuel. So the same game, again, backing another Celtics player. This time, we're relying on Jason Tatum to get to 35 plus points. Now, this is something that Tatum has only done in 2 games so far this year. He's gotten exactly 34 another 2 times. And overall, he's had 30 plus in 8 games this year, including the 1 game that these 2 teams played against each other. But despite the low numbers in terms of hitting 35 plus, I love backing Tatum in this one. For starters, the last time that we saw the Celtics play, Jason Tatum got ejected in the 3rd quarter. And when he got ejected, he had 21 points in only 27 minutes of play. So maybe he's going to be a little bit more motivated in this one because he got ejected last game. Also, it was a BS ejection. He did not deserve to get ejected. So hopefully he carries that over into this game with a little bit more energy. Also, as mentioned, Celtics are playing the Pacers, whose defense is a train wreck. They are so bad, allowing literally the most points per game in the entire NBA. They give up the most points per game at 125.9. The last time these 2 teams played, the Celtics hung 150 points on them. Now, this game is being, it's the quarterfinals of the play-in tournament. Now, I don't know how much teams are actually going to care about that, so I don't want to put a ton of emphasis on it. But there are only 2 games on tonight, so it is somewhat of a primetime game for NBA standards. So maybe they're going to be a little bit more motivated. Even if that wasn't the case, I would like targeting Jason Tatum in this matchup because of how many points the Pacers give up and because of the fact that he got ejected last game. Hopefully, he can get to 35 for us as our second play. Next up, third pick of the evening, Pelicans versus Kings game. Brandon Ingram over 22.5 points, plus 110 odds at ESPN Bet. Now, it's been a weird year for the Pelicans because they really haven't fielded a healthy roster the entire year. But overall, Brandon Ingram has been super solid for the Pelicans, and especially as a scorer. On the year, he has hit 23 or more points in 11 of 18 games. And there's been a stretch in the past 2 weeks or so where Ingram hit it in 6 straight games before missing it in back-to-back games. And then he cashed it the last game out. So that's how his last 9 games have gone. Cashed it in 6 straight, missed it back-to-back games after that, and then cashed it last time. So 7 of the past 9 games, he's gone over. Ingram also does have a plus matchup against the Kings tonight. Now, the Kings aren't the Pacers because nobody's the Pacers, but the Kings still have a below average defense. Overall, they allow 116.7 points per game. That is ranked 21st in the NBA. But what I like about this one is the pace that the Kings play at. So if you just look at their overall pace on the entire year, it would be the 8th fastest in the NBA, which is still fast. But those numbers don't do true justice to how fast the Kings play because of how much time De'Aaron Fox missed at the beginning of the year. And obviously, it being still at the beginning of the year, any time missed, especially a bigger sample size like that, is going to skew the numbers a little bit. With Fox on the court, the Kings play at a pace that will be the 2nd highest in the NBA. Without him, they play at a below average pace. So again, similar to the previous logic with the Pacers-Celtics game, more possessions equals more points. These two teams have played twice this year. Brandon Ingram has cashed it in both of those games, scoring 31 and 23 points against the Kings. So hopefully he can come through for us tonight. Last up, our 4th and final pick of the evening. Same game, Pelicans-Kings. We're taking Domantas Sabonis, 20 plus points, plus 140 odds. This one is at DraftKings. So as our last play of the evening, let's rely on Sabonis to get the 20 points to cash us out. Obviously, the stats about Fox on and off the court apply to Sabonis as well. And in the games that Fox misses, Sabonis really just can't handle the scoring load. He's just not that type of player. Without Fox, Sabonis has only gotten 20 plus points in 5 of his past 13 games. Now that does date back to last year as well. Whereas with Fox on the court, Sabonis has hit it in 5 of his past 10 games with Fox. Now, admittedly, Sabonis is in a little bit of a cold streak from the scoring department. In this 10-game stretch referenced, Sabonis cashed in the first 4 games and has only done it in 1 of 6 games since, including he's missed it in 4 straight. But in that stretch, especially the 4 straight stretch, he's played some pretty tough defenses, so it kind of makes sense. In that stretch, they played the Timberwolves, they played the Clippers, they played the Nuggets. Pretty tough defenses. But against the Pelicans, who the Kings have played twice this year, he's gotten in 1 of 2 games. So he's cashed it in half the games, including the last game that these two teams played where he did cash it. So hopefully in this one, I'm expecting Sabonis to get back to his scoring ways. We just need him to get to 20. And I do like the fact that betting pros, who I look at their cheat sheet, their prop analyzer, they have Sabonis projected to score 20 points in this one. So hopefully their projections can come through for us, cashing our 4th and final pick of the evening. And that's all we got. 4 splash zone plays for you guys to lock in. If we can get any combination of 2 to cash, we will be profitable. Let's hope we can get all 4 and we will be rich. And that's all I got. So appreciate everybody for watching. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff, and have a good one.